Alright guys, I'm going to go over an exercise that I see done really horribly in a lot of commercial gyms around, at least where I live. I saw it, back when I lived in Connecticut too, but I think it's definitely a national phenomenon, is the butchering of the side lateral raise, which I consider to be one of the most important, if not the most important exercises for building shoulder mass. And so a lot of people out there are really getting this wrong, and I really felt the need to create another video about this. So let's let both of these videos run live for just a second. So on the left hand side, you're going to see the correct way to do the side lateral raise. On the right hand side, you're going to see the version of it that's most often done in many commercial gyms around the country. I'm going to bring them both back to the beginning, to the starting position. So when we're trying to work the medial deltoid, and the medial deltoid is that muscle right there, right? That's that little side shoulder muscle that most of you know of. And so it starts up here, and then it comes to a tie-in right down there. And sorry if I'm a little bit off. The way to activate this muscle is by internal rotation of the shoulder and raising of the elbow. So what happens is, to activate this muscle, you need to raise your elbow and basically turn your pinky up for the internal rotation. And so what you'll see here is you see that muscle activating, and what you see is that throughout each repetition, my elbows are always higher than my wrists, right? So it's the elbow that leads the movement, and then the pinky turning up almost toward the end, that really activates that deltoid, right? Because we're creating that rotation of the shoulder. Over here, on the other hand, you see the wrist is above the elbow, and we're getting zero activation of that head of the deltoid. I don't know what we're activating there. We might be activating a little bit of trap from back there. We might be activating a little bit of bicep, and definitely a whole shitload of forearm, but we aren't getting much deltoid there. So anytime your wrists are going over your elbow, you are not hitting your deltoid. You're pretty much just hitting some random muscle, whatever gets fired at that point at the top, when it catches, when you catch the weight after you're throwing it up in the air. So just for your reference, one more time, in order to activate the side deltoid, lead with your elbow. Make sure your elbow is above your wrists, so that you should almost have like wing-like fashion, a wing-like design to your arms, and raise your pinkies up at the end. All right, and that will activate that medial deltoid. If you look like this during your side lateral raises, you are doing them wrong, and you're not really doing your shoulders. You're doing something completely different. So that's my tip. If you got any questions at all, hit me up at gettingyoushredded@gmail.com. Peace.